Well, this arguably the most intriguing final of the regatta. Can Australia's Ginn and Tompkins repeat their trouncing 8 weeks ago on the route of Britain's world champions Matthew Pinsent and James Cracknell? Well, we're just about to find out. Lane 1, the Czech Republic, Adam Michalek and Peter Imre. Next to them in lane 2, the Skelin brothers from Croatia. And then in lane number 3, James Tompkins in the hat and bowman Drew Ginn. An injury and trouble-free season for the '99 world champions. But here are the present world champions, or here they are, Matthew Pinsent and James Cracknell. Much improved on the evidence of this week in their new boat, but have they learned to harness their tremendous power sufficiently to overcome all 5 of their rivals? In lane 5, South Africa, bronze medalists a year ago. Ramon Di Clemente in the bow, in front of him Donovan Ketch, and closest to you, Yugoslavia. The winners a year ago until the very last stroke. Matthew Pinsent and James Cracknell just denying Georgi Vizaki and Nikola Sturits in completing their unique Cox pairs and pairs double within the space of an hour.
This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful race between the two. These are the men, the technicians, they're self-styled technicians. These are the power men. They like to go out in front. They have been put under a lot of pressure in the last 7 weeks. They went away after that defeat in Lucerne, up to the mountains to really think about what they were going to do, to improve their technique, to harness this fantastic power. They've changed their boat, and as far as their coach, Grobler, is concerned, Jürgen Grobler, he believes that they are the best crew in the world.
Well, that was the Czech pair of Adam Michalek and Peter Imre. They were 9th last year, so they've improved to make it into the final. But already, Dan, look at the power being implied there by Matthew Pinsent and James Cracknell. We're barely 250, and they've got almost half a length.
Yes.
Drive the Slovenians, they lift with the backs, and they got away very quickly there. And briefly, at least, they show in front. And, although the picture is a little bit jerky, they would appear to have the bow balls in front. And on the far side, Ukraine, Prokopenko and Pavlovsky have gone with them. And next to them, very close to them, Schreiber and Burmeister of Germany are holding on to second place. But it is the Slovenians out in front. Now, they are doubling up, rowing in the quadruple scull at the sculling in the quadruple scull, and they did not win their semi-final yesterday, and they made fairly heavy weather of the last 500 meters of their semi-final to come second, and I think it may have taken a bit out of them. Do the Germans have that in their thinking, that the Slovenians may carry a bit of fatigue?
For sure, but I think they're well aware that Itzhak Chop and Lukas Pick are quite experienced scullers, so they won't rely on it. So I think what they want to do is attack as soon as possible and not let them slip away too far. And it looks like it's going well for them. They still got their bow ball on the level of the Slovenian boat. But it's a long race with the headwind, so we'll see what happens.
Although it's a slow-moving boat and you can, in theory, catch up a big margin if it's opened up, it is somehow very psychologically important to remain in contact, isn't it?
It is very much. And you see, René Burmeister has been juniors just 2 years ago, so he just moved up into this senior A level, and he's doing very well. He's very, very strong on the ergo. They both train in Halle, where the men's sculling team is based, and so they had a few kilometers together in the boat, and it looks very good to me.
They do. They're quite tight in the shoulders, it seems to me. When I watched that German double, particularly earlier in the season, they sort of lift with the shoulders. The blade comes through very flat and nicely, but it's quite tense, it almost seems, in the shoulder. Have they been working on that?
I hope so. I assume they have.
They
because
do
it's tiring if you're too tense in the shoulders, and especially in races like that where you expect to be a long race, you should do everything to, not being too tense and keep your powers for rowing and not for, lifting up shoulders.
36.5 for the Slovenian double. They've opened up a little bit of water. I think the Germans could regard themselves as still in contact, but nobody else is. It was 1.2 seconds at 500 meters, and we're coming up to 1,000 meters. And I think in this second 500, they've opened up a bit of water. And Indeed, on the left of Spick and Chop, it's the Italians Federico Gattinoni and Luca Ghezzi who appear to be in contact with Germany, and those are the three crews clearly in the medal positions, with the remaining three crews very close together, Ukraine, Bulgaria and Belgium, but 4 seconds adrift of that bronze medal position. But leading and clearly in charge of this event are two, as you say, very experienced scullers. The chance of these two blowing up at this stage is slim, would you say?
I would say so. They look very controlled, they're controlling the field, and they look still very relaxed.
They've actually dropped the rating. I'm now taking it at 35.5, so they're allowing for this headwind. They've let the other two crews, I would have said, close a little bit of open water, but there's a long way to come. We can see in picture now the German crew with Christian Schreiber, the more experienced of the two, as you said, in the bow, and René Burmeister on the left of the picture in the stroke seat, and we can see the stern of the Italian boat with Gattinoni and Ghezzi just in the corner of that picture. Here we have Gattinoni in the stroke seat, Ghezzi in the stroke seat closest to us, looking to his right just to see what the other crews are doing, and Italy have now pulled up on Germany, and both have closed on the Slovenian crew, but it is Italy in second place with Germany in third, close behind.
Yeah, Slovenia has to be aware that if they're starting fighting for the silver and the bronze medal, they might close up pretty quickly. So it's not over yet. I think Slovenia has to be really careful. But look at that, Italy has closed up.
Italy has closed up, and I would say that the Slovenians, although they're still sculling very nicely, they have got quite a lot of fatigue in their muscles, and you can see a certain amount of strain coming in to the way that Chop there beginning to heave with his shoulders on the catch. You see that lift on the catch by Chop, and he's working now, and there is some stress in that boat, and they still have some distance to go. They are 350 meters out from the finish. The Italians have an overlap. Spick and Chop, they are experienced and they are very tough guys. Chop is the taller and stronger of the two. Spick is the taller and stronger of the two, but Chop is vastly experienced and knows exactly what to do. But these two, they have an Italian tradition of winning in this event. They want it back, and they're closing on them, on the Slovenians. Germany racing for a bronze medal. We can just see Bulgarian blades of the Anakievs flashing in the bottom of the picture there. But at the moment, the race is at the front. It's between this man, Itzhak Chop, in the stroke seat, and this man, Luca Spick. Those two, can they hold off the Italian challenge of Federico Gattinoni and Luca Ghezzi? In the last 150 meters, the Italians are drawing right up on the Slovenians, and it's getting closer and closer as they come towards the finish. They've got 12 strokes to go. Chop and Spick just holding on. It's a canvas now, and the Italians closing on them.